You make it sound like Facebook can't be used on a computer. So, everyone's looking at the oh, hello. Everyone is looking at that old temporary thumbnail thing, and we're doing a sort of trendy pre-curtain chat. There's some right knobheads in chat tonight. Andy's in, Daly's in. Yeah, Stuart Drummond. Knobheads. Yeah, Matt Fox is alright. Todd's alright, sometimes. Alright, I'll roll the intro.
Right, okay, fine.
I woke up at 5 o'clock. Fuck off.
Right,
okay. I don't understand who's anything, mate. I don't care. I literally don't give a fuck.
I know.
5 o'clock. It may. I'm not sure it's a good idea or not, but alcohol.
Oh yeah, no, that's required. We need to be a little bit quiet so I can hear the theme tune.
Yeah. Okay. Let's actually roll the intro now.
Okay, well. Okay.
You don't have to be completely quiet, but just not. I mean, not talking about chips. Already got requests to meet Jimmy. Okay, we are properly live and visually live now. For everyone watching, I'll start recording as well for future purposes. Welcome everybody to the Ideal Ohm Show, episode 189 / vaguely vaping related podcast, episode 50. As this could end up being a simultaneously cross-compatible thing.
Yeah, you might have to wait a few days for the podcast, but yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone is listening to this via the medium of podcast, welcome to the takeover.
I'm not sure who's taking over who, really.
No.
Well,
it'll become apparent.
I want to place a bet to the two dickheads who couldn't get on the video call.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes late. So
if you're going to take over, I'd show up a bit fucking earlier.
Well, look, seeing as I was still at work at 8:30, I think I've done bloody well.
Do you keep saying that shit we don't care about?
No. Top effort. It's not easy. It's not easy. Okay, welcome to the show. We have two special guest hosts this evening. We've got Chandler Bing from Friends and the Vaguely Vaping Related podcast, and VTUK. Should probably say that.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And Jimmy, who drives a lorry.
Hi.
And sometimes host. Do you still do hosting on the VTUK? I've not seen you on there in a while.
I get called up if there's no one else about.
It's the new Damon Grumpy Vapor.
I just get called up if there's a lack of hosts.
I see me. Or like Or Chandler gets confused by
What's going on
keyboard.
here? There we go. You lot were too quiet there, apparently. So now you're not.
Oh, what? Can we? Is that
You're
better?
all right. No, it was me. It was me. Okay.
I thought you'd actually just muted me as requested.
Let's. Actually, I don't have your individual. I could, but I don't want to. Okay. Let's just crack the F on. John.
Yes, mate.
What you drinking? What you vaping? What do you have for lunch? And
Lunch is good today. Really good.
who is your favourite actor of all time?
Good question, I reckon. Right. I am drinking on currently Mosaic Pale Ale by Adnams. I just finished it. What did I just finish? I finished the Mango by Guns. Who's that by? Guns and Thingamabob. That's quite nice. I've got another one, so I can just read that. The Scotch one, Innocent Gun, Mango IPA. That's really nice. Finished that one. My vaping on. I'll talk a little bit about this later, but I'm vaping on PAL 2 in like a Tiffany blue. And in that, I've got Bantha milk from Vape Swag, but it is salt mixed up to 45 milligram. And that's vaping something like that. I have got, just tell Chandler and Jimmy, no one can hear when Richard vapes, so don't worry about it. When Richard's doing that, just ignore it. They can't. I've got my pipe with a Dvar on top and lemon crack 50 milligram inside it. Oh, nice. And a nice long drip tip.
Can I ask a quick question? Right. Okay. I've got a bit of a reputation for liking rather large drip tips.
Yes.
However, how come no one has I have not seen anybody comment on the size of you?
I know, because it's on a pipe.
Yeah.
It looks right for a pipe.
It's all right on a pipe.
Yeah.
I've got a long drip tip.
And also, his name's not Ian Chandler.
So there's a level of giving a fuck, which is once you turn into the skid.
It winds you up. It would never wind John up.
No.
John wouldn't give a fuck.
I have a friend whose hobby it is to send me a message every so often telling me how and why he fucked my mum. And he's been doing it for 5 years. And I don't care. Yeah.
Why did he?
I don't know. It started as funny. He made it.
No,
joke.
why did he fuck your mum?
Oh, loads of different reasons. One, because he couldn't remember what I want, but I reminded him that he fucked her because she was the 2014 service station prostitute champion of the M1. So that was why he did that about the time. She'll never watch this. It doesn't matter. Say whatever. What am I drinking on? What am I vaping on? What I have for lunch is immense.
Satsuma and
It
Toffee
is.
Crisp.
It's as bad as that. It's really, really
A
bad.
Karamak bar.
Mm.
No.
You did
Mr.
once have a
Tom's.
Karamak bar, John.
A chunky Kit Kat.
Anyone who deals with couriers all day will understand. And we the dog. It doesn't matter. I know, but there's like so every other day there normally be 3 couriers landing at the same time, like at different times. So it's very difficult to get out. So I've got to get back, let the dog go to the toilet, make sure she's got some lunch, and then I've got to get back to the shop. So I let the dog out, gave her some lunch, and then I grabbed a packet of mini cheddars, snack pack of mini cheddars, 2 I think they were tangerines, and a little stack of rice Pringles, rice fusion Pringles, chicken tikka masala flavour. I don't normally eat crisps, I was going to die. So
I tell you what, mini cheddars are on the approved list at Molly's school,
are they really?
whereas crisps aren't.
But that's because they're baked, not fried, isn't it? And they're
I don't know. But they must see something in mini cheddars that is not as bad as crisps.
They're not as
Mini
bad. They're not
cheddars
as bad.
five a
Beavers.
day. Mini cheddars have to be one of your 5 a day, surely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I had 2 tangerines, so I'm for 3 now.
Yeah, banging.
Yeah, just start about tomorrow.
Yeah. Nah, fuck it. I don't want to overdo it. That can kill you, can it? So I'm leaving that. So that was lunch. Week's been good. Crazy, but good. Opened the shop on Monday. Like, for this kind of a low level opening. It's been really nice so far. People coming in and being nice. I had to go and get a fridge after work today to install in the shop. That it's literally for 3 drinks. That's it. That's all that's in it.
Nice.
And milk that I don't use. But it's for customers. So.
Okay.
What, you black coffee?
Yeah, black coffee. 1 click, sweetener. Done. Don't need any fucking milk. But
Sweetener.
it's better than sugar. So much better than sugar. So.
Yeah, it is, but just manage without.
No, it's got something, a little something, and I'm all right. Where were we? We're going to go to the end question then. I think.
Actor, innit? Actor thing.
Actor.
Don't say De Niro, Hoffman,
No, I'm not going to.
Douglas.
I think
Any of the good ones.
any of the good ones.
Your favourite B grade actor.
Right. As he hasn't been charged with anything, no. That's going to be my number. That's going to be my number 2. I'm going to go.
And he has been fully acquitted, hasn't he?
Yes, he would be. He's number 2. Number 1 would be the late great Alan Rickman. I think. Not that he just you're going to be all right with Alan Rickman. He's one of them. He turns up and you think I'll be all right.
Really liked him. Really liked him.
Absolutely adored it. One of my favourite parts, because he was very Alan Rickman in the part. He kind of just played Alan Rickman. Really, was when he was in Dogma, Kevin Smith's movie. It's one of my favourite ones. He just basically played himself.
I thought you were going to say Prince of Thieves.
No, but he's still. I think everybody.
Has to be Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest is brilliantly pissy as well. I like that. That's a cracking Sunday with a hangover movie. Is Galaxy wicked movie, but Prince of Thieves, he steals the show in 2.5 minutes, doesn't he? Or something?
Yeah.
I think he's in the whole film for 2.5 minutes, but it's ridiculous.
I'll eat your heart out with a spoon. Doubt you mean a knife. No, a spoon is blunt, you idiot. It hurt more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do. Kevin Spacey is number 2. I do. Kevin Spacey. I fucking American Beauty is shit. I'm not a fan of American Beauty. But
Have you seen 21?
yes, I have. I don't mind it. I think the idea is better than what the film.
I just really like the lecture he gives at the beginning about a variable probability.
I think I've only seen it once. So.
That's right.
But The Usual Suspects is one of my favourite films of all time. I just think it's got standout performances from so many people.
Very good. Good choice.
Jimmy, I'm gonna go with Jimmy. What are you drinking? What are you vaping? What have you got for dinner in front of you? How's your week? And what is your favourite soft drink of all time? Like favourite? Don't know if they don't make it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Week's been pretty good, if I'm honest. Bit weird, bit screwy because I'm on night shift work.
Right. Are you starting work again in a little while then?
I've got 2 days off. I've got to have my 48 hours off. I start back tomorrow at 2 p.m. I run through to 2 a.m. But I've been doing a little bit of weird shifts. I've been doing 3 till 3, and I've just come off of doing 10 p.m. till 10 a.m.
Right.
Have you got the hang yet of changing the DVD on your DVD player that's on your dashboard
I haven't got one.
whilst driving with your feet?
No. I've got really good at playing NAF computer games on my phone. Not whilst driving.
Whilst driving.
Have you got the hang yet of driving across all 3 lanes of a roundabout?
Played that. But there's
Have you
reasons why, because you've got to get the trail around, and it really annoys people. But when you hang over 2 lanes, it just,
I do hope if you're doing 56 miles an hour and
52.
the dickhead in front of you is doing 55, I really hope you get into that outside lane.
Yes, I overtake.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. But I overtake them
Take half an hour to do it. Don't, foot
Yeah.
down.
half a mile faster than them.
Sandwich while you're getting past.
Driving one-handed, doing V's out the window.
They ban that. Oh, I can't fucking wait. It's coming. Enjoy.
No, I'm limited to 52, so it's normally the dickheads overtaking me at the minute.
Oh, was it? 55, you better.
Is it really awkward where you make that 6-minute long eye contact during the overtaking process?
You know what? When they go to overtake me, I just look at them, and they don't even bother looking. They're just like,
Yeah, because
Is it a case-
it's too uncomfortable.
I reckon they're watching their DVD, aren't they? They don't want to miss it. Like good bits.
There's truckers etiquette, right? Okay, so when you pass your test, you're told not to flash them when they get in front. But when they can't see how far back that trailer is, so you give them a little flash so as they can cut over, so as the cars can actually go past you. And the amount of them I have to go, you wanker, when they don't flash their indicators at me.
Yeah.
When you said like truckers etiquette, I thought you mean like don't put a dead prostitute in someone else's truck. It's yours.
only your own, yeah. You take the blame. There's loads of unwritten rules, but
That's a fairly written rule, that one. Don't kill them to begin with.
no. But
Always wipe the hammer clean if it's not your lorry.
But the sensible ones, like there's 2 lorries coming to a tight bit of road, and there's one coming downhill and one going uphill. Which one goes first? It's the one going up the hill. You always let the person come up the hill rather than you going down it.
Wow.
Because you've got more control going down it if there's nothing you want at the bottom as well.
Oh, fair enough.
And you get to use your retarder brake.
Is there a lorry driver signal for my brakes are too hot to stop down this hill?
Yeah, it's the universal sign of distress
Right.
from what was the film? What was that film? Captain America, American. That sort of expression of on the face.
Because they get really hot, the brakes, don't they?
They can, yeah. If you don't use your brake retarder or your exhaust brake, they can. But you've got 3 different types of brake on a lorry, so you just try not to use the foot brake.
All right, sound.
Yeah, you've got like an engine braking.
Oh, I think we can all drive a truck now. Is it? What are you?
Oh, it's ridiculously easy. It took me no time at all.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking Punk IPA.
Oh, good man.
I've got plenty of it to get through. Yeah, I'm drinking that. Eating a doner kebab and chips.
Really taking it to heart, this trucker lifestyle.
It's got a Yorkie for pudding.
That's actually my breakfast, technically, because I'll be awake until like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Just trying to get myself back to sleep is crazy. Vaping on my Tippy mods, as per the normal, with a saver on top, with 25 milligram Nick Salt cream soda in it. And I also have with me my abstract mods with a D-Pro Mini on top. And in that I have Casadega. Can only be won by justagnic.co.uk.
Lovely that.
Yeah, I've got that. And the only other thing I have up here with me at the minute, which I haven't been using very much because really direct lungs been a bit. I've had this horrible summer cold that the kids brought back. Lovely.
Nice.
Is an Aegis with a Rotofo Profile Unity RTA, and in that I have got Hocus Pocus by the Lab.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you did answer the last question. Soft drinks.
Soft drinks, right? Okay, so my favourite one of all time you can't get anymore, and it was Tab.
Tab? What, Tab Clear?
Yeah.
Tastes like fucking dispersible paracetamol.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it tasted like from a kid, but I just remember when I was a kid, I absolutely loved it.
Say a one sip and you'll be going, I fucked up.
But nowadays it's Dr Pepper. I drink Dr Pepper like it's going out of fashion.
Oh, I can't. I was about to do that nasty thing where I tell you what I think it tastes like.
Tastes like fizzy Benylin.
You're right. You're welcome to your opinion. I like it.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to say it because I remember somebody said I used to do a thing if there was a crap
like fizzy Benylin.
If somebody takes a drag on a vape and you've tasted something in it, and just tell them it as they take a drag, they'll never vape it again. It's terrible. My friend really liked, I think it was called Tripoli, a fig tobacco from America, from Charlie. Oh, I can't remember.
Charlie's Talk Dust. No,
Charlie, somebody. Anyway, I said, okay, I'll put you off it immediately. How much have you got? And he said, 3 bottles. I went, are you sure you want me to do it? And he went, you won't put me off. I went, okay, take a drag. And he took a drag. It was a mouthful. And he went, and I went, wet cardboard in a piss stained alley. And he went, oh, you fucking asshole. It's exactly what it tasted like. The smell of that.
No,
Set Chandler up some questions.
Chandler, what was your last meal? How's your week been?
This is live from death row. I can't remember what he did.
When was the last time you had a day off from work? What are you drinking? I've already seen. I don't know if you've shown everybody, but yeah, what are you drinking? And I've got a precursor question. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
I have.
I know it. You've told me about it. I know.
Okay, so if you haven't, okay, fine. What is your favourite adult game?
keep it clean.
Like
it's going on the podcast as well.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So
hide the sausage.
I win. Sorry, I win.
Right. So, what am I vaping? I've got a couple of mods that I'm using tonight. Mouth to lung, I've got the Phenom with the K-Fun light on the top with a Chris Munn bell cap. Inside that, I've got Shaky Apple from justadnick.co.uk.
Ah, good man, good man. I don't even pay him to do it.
Is that it? Is it broke?
You know, I learned ventriloquism. I just thought that with the issues that I've had with audio, that if I pre-recorded all of my stuff, then I know that it would be okay.
Right.
But you didn't send me the files. So if you weren't here, it wasn't the perfect backup plan.
No.
Also,
what are the other answers?
It's a very technical way of answering your questions, and you and technology don't seem to be going together.
No, not usually, to be fair.
So this is how the podcast is made then, is it?
You
have loads of pre-recorded segments. You just randomize.
Pre-recorded clips. Yeah. Do you remember when I had Richard Vick on the what was it, the fourth or fifth episode, something like that, and I basically clipped you from iOS, which was using.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I should have saved that file and played it. Yeah.
Get back to answering the question.
Vaguely vaping a lot, so when I ripped that. Right, questions.
Oh yeah, I do, and I remember what you're on about.
Yeah. Right, what was my last meal? My last meal was pasta with cheese on top. There you go. Really exciting. Yeah. Just pasta with grated cheese on top. No sauce, no nothing, just pasta. Grated cheese.
Is your mum out?
My 14-year-old made it, bless her. So I'll let her off. But it's actually quite nice.
Almost worse.
It really wasn't.
What?
It wasn't quite nice. It's fine to say it's very sweet of her to make it. It wasn't quite nice. I mean, relatively speaking, it's shit. But it wasn't
wasn't. It wasn't a T-bone steak with
No.
crushed black pepper sauce or anything like that. But she put some pasta in a pan with some hot water on it. She turned the cooker on.
Why did she turn the cooker on? She was having a steak.
She must have been having the steak, and just gave me the pasta and pretended. Oh, that's all I can do, Dad. Anyway, there we are. That was my last meal. Drinking. I've actually got alcohol.
Sort of.
Ooh, sort of.
If you can count it. Yeah, strong load.
Mummy's going to go mad, isn't she? You fucking about the kitchen, you're drinking a cider. So you get fucking
I know. It's disgraceful. That is the missus's cider, to be fair. Oh. Adult game has to be poker. There you go. I like poker.
I do like poker. I can't play poker. No idea how to.
Counts as an adult game, doesn't it? I didn't say I was good at it.
No, I can't play it.
I am. And 10 minutes later, I'll go get a beer.
But we're going to have a game of poker at the IVM. I fancy it.
Let's not.
I won't be playing for obvious reasons.
Chandler shouldn't be playing for obvious reasons.
Oh.
I think he'd beat me. Chandler, think of a set of questions. Ask them to the man in the orange t-shirt. His name's Richard.
Okay, Richard. So, do I need to ask? Oh, okay. What flavour rice did you have for your dinner?
Someone's not following me closely on Facebook.
I'm not following you that closely, I must admit. Because,
No.
That'd just be a little bit too.
I saw Richard. Two?
Ask him. Yeah, ask him about soup, not rice.
Ask him about. Okay, right. Okay, fine. What flavour? So, what are you vaping on? How's your week been? What flavour soup did you have for your dinner? And what was the last thing that you put in your mouth that you had to instantly spit out?
When was Expo?
Hey. What happens in Birmingham stays in Birmingham.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
This was after that anyway. Okay, drinking Dead Pony off of Brewdog.
So it's all right, then.
Yep, it is. And vaping on. I found this. I've been going through my drawers to find things for the IVM raffle that we'll talk about later.
Oh.
But I found this. Those little regulated Tesla stealth things.
Nice.
I must have put it in like one side for a giveaway or something, and it just stayed there. And I thought, oh, I've got to dig this out, but then instantly thought, oh, what's 22mm these days? But the tripod is, so the tripod is in the stealth, and loving it.
I had one of those in my door pocket in the Sprinter when I was working for DVD, and it sat in there for about 4.
Oh, I left one of those at Vape Fest last year.
They've left one.
I'm a big fan of this genre, this side by side.
Is that the one with this? Where's the screen on that one?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the one that broke. I broke that live on the show.
Big fan of this side by side genre.
No, I didn't. They did a little tiny one, didn't they?
Yeah, they did an unregulated
That's the one that broke. Yeah, that's the one.
That's
Sorry,
what
that one I left at Vape Fest.
But it's quite stressful, isn't it? The side by side thing.
It can be if it does, because sometimes they just don't line up and then you can't use it.
Yeah, or there's also, especially with something like the tripod, very intricate RTA. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So you're sort of semi-paranoid that you've closed the juice flow control,
Oh yeah.
or you've closed the airflow, or you know, all that stuff. But I just still think it's such a cool mod, such a cool little mod. So that's in there. I've got pistache.
Oh.
Which looks like this.
I did the calculations earlier as to how much I'm going to have. I'll have to do it again.
I still yet to try pistache.
Well, just had Nickel have it at Vape Fest. A lot of people are asking for have it after Vape Fest. No.
IVM, not Vape Fest.
Sorry, fuck's sake. Sorry.
Vape Fest on the brain.
I'll go and hide myself in a bin. Carry on.
Also on the Valerian, I've got a brand new unopened one of these for the IVM raffle. Full kit. On this with cannoli in there from Stadnick.co.uk, and last but not least,
Can only be one or not?
no, that's one. I've got notice around. Oh, it's in a lot of this stuff. It's in this, the game. And then this bit of a thrown together combination, Haku, which is probably going to end up in the raffle as well. Lovely little Haku, and then a custard mod Squonker with my name on it.
Oh, nice!
Because I'm quite a big deal.
Oh,
Of many leather-bound books. Yeah, that's a nice little combo. But it was not fully intentional. I just really wanted to actually go back to vaping my stuff rather than just constantly testing all this shit.
I saw you put it on Facebook the other day, and I thought that looks quite nice as a full set goes.
It's because of the mat. It's not easy to place, and I don't have a matching to it. But because of the mat, it's not a lot of things. It super looks ace on, except black really. But because it's quite a dull colour, deliberately dull colour, it kind of.
It does work. I like it.
Yeah.
A cheeky old custard in there. As well. What was my question? Oh, for lunch I had 2 cans of soup. That's right. Count them, 2 cans.
2?
Traditional. Oh, so I had a fill-in. today.
You're growing boy, aren't you?
So I had to have soft lunch to avoid chewing. But soup does not hit the spot, does it?
No.
So 2 cans of soup. I had the traditional Heinz tomato.
Right.
And Heinz tomato and basil.
Oof.
Which ways around did you do that, bad boy? You went regular tomato soup first.
Or did you mix the two?
Regular first.
Yeah, it was spoiled the regular, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm happy with the way around I did it.
Yeah, I'd go. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'd go that way.
How was the basil?
All right.
Yeah, because you could have dipped a bit of bread in that. It's soft, isn't it?
No. You just got to.
Which did you prefer though? Was it the original or was it with basil?
Definitely original, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. But if I'm in the mood, I will have that basil again.
Good man.
But I mean, you're talking at once in a blue moon.
Yeah, if you've done like 3 of your 5 a day, boom, basil.
It's like being in the mood for a korma.
I am sometimes.
Yeah, but it's rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good though.
Or butter chicken. Who's ever in the mood for butter chicken?
Oh, I like butter.
No, Rick's got a recipe.
Really?
I do it at home. It tastes amazing.
I went out for an Indian last night, but I had butter chicken.
What was my actual question?
Your final question.
You put in your mouth that you had to.
Yeah. Well, funny we should. Actually, because I have a lot of ready meals. If you get a curry ready meal,
I know it
comes with the yellow pilau rice or whatever pre-packed rice. Often there's like a leaf tokenistically placed on top, or one of those seed things.
Cardamom pod.
Yeah,
grim.
One of the cardamom pods just snuck up on me, and
if you're cooking it at home, you can obviously count them in and count them out. You go, oh, there's 5 in there, I'll take them out. You don't go, let's stir that fucker through.
Yeah, one time I just went for it.
Oh no!
And this time I went, oh.
No, that is a real dentist taste. That is as well as fucking on. Good answer. Love the answer.
That is that. Let's consult our running order.
Okay. News.
Okay, now it is questions.
Oh yeah.
From Facebook for Jimmy and Chandler.
Oh my lord.
Oh, so we appealed to the Facebook group, which is the Ideal Home Show on Facebook.com.
Yeah, it's the group, not the brand page. There is now 2.
Oh right, okay. I haven't got into that yet. We'll talk about that later. Actually, talk about MeWe and all that. Okay, so I'm just going to read some of these out. Questions on the group for you guys. So let's just do it. Keith says, "Whose patio do we need to dig up to find Rick and Bob?" I don't know why they're asking you guys, but I suppose it is suspicious that you are here and they're not.
I don't know, but what I would say is we're not Sherlock and Dr. Watson, so we're not going to be able to answer that question.
I think they're implying that they're under one of your two patios.
I don't have a patio at the minute.
Well, it's definitely you then, Chandler.
It's Chandler.
I have got a rather nice new shed at the bottom of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll just leave it there, shall we?
Let's do. Otherwise, dig it up.
Okay, John Smith says, for Jimmy specifically, Yorkie or Mars?
Oof.
I'm not a chocolate fan. I'll be 100% honest.
Yorkie or Mars?
Yeah.
Biscuit and raisin Yorkie.
That's pretty good. That is the best.
Okay. Yeah.
They're bad. Since Roundtree's one, they're shit anyway.
I'll skip some of the really offensive ones because a lot of people don't like you.
I'm happy to hear the offensive
one. Okay, John Norris says, for both of you, real ale, blonde beer, or lager?
I did ask him just before either you answer. I did ask him to explain what each of those were for Chandler, but he didn't. So
what is your beer-based tipple?
I think everyone knows the answer to that for me.
Punk for Jimmy.
It's real ale. Ale is my thing.
There's a local brewery to Jimmy. He buys their beer.
I buy massive amounts of it. Yeah, and then I try and get John pissed on it. I did get Chandler pissed on it.
Yeah, very much so. Yes. I don't mind a real ale now and again, but anything that I can turn into a shandy is fine.
Yeah, you're more of a shandy man.
The shandy man.
I'll be honest, look, I can't remember the last time I had a shandy, to be fair. But
what would be is your preferred tipple like a cider then normally? You could.
Yeah. If I go into a bar and I've got a choice, if there's a nice cider behind the bar.
What are we talking? Like a Magnus or like a
Copperberg?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Don't make it worse, mate. I was fucking digging you out the hole then, but did you?
Well, yeah. No. I went for it straight in there.
Straight.
Yeah.
Fucking
Copperberg. No. Copperberg pear cider is the best pear cider that I've had.
But that's like asking what's the best way to get kicked in the balls. What's
the best way to lose your man card?
The local pub down the road has got draft mixed fruits, and I can't remember who the hell makes it. But
no one ever cared, ever.
Right, you don't like beer. That's fine. Next,
that's fine.
David Charles says, "Which as a podcast double act, which double act are you most like?"
Fucking Ren and Stimpy.
Pinky and the Brain.
He did clarify that by underneath going, he thought little and large. I want to know who he thinks is little and who's large.
I said Jimmy was both.
Yep, I know you did.
You're way more Hale and Pace than Little and Large, I think.
Oh, Hale and Pace. Yeah,
I think Ren and Stimpy sums it up. Though.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Danger Mouse and Penfold.
We've already got a Penfold in vaping. Jamie.
What moisturisers does Jimmy use to keep himself looking so young? That's from Rick Grove.
I fucking saw that one, you wanker. I don't fucking moisturise. I just sweat like a cunt.
Medium Tom from Endless Mods asks a genuinely brilliant question. For Jimmy, you're about to get into a fight. What song comes into your head as the soundtrack?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's a great question.
Fucking hell. The only thing I think of there is the fucking Benny Hill theme tune.
There must be something like I I
I don't
was-
want to go. It's certainly not something like Eye of the fucking Tiger or anything like that.
No.
It's
Like-
probably something more like Motorhead or
Like the
No.
8 Mile soundtrack or something.
I remember listening to that before I went on stage once. Like, because I just needed anything to black out everything. So I went with that 8 Mile soundtrack, Eminem song.
All Around the Watchtower. There you go.
That's not bad.
We'll go
Yep.
for that.
I've got to tell you this because it just popped into my head. I'm going to be really, really fast. I once saw 2 men have a fight outside a pub and they both did sound effects. It was fucking amazing.
Was it Batman and fucking Robin?
No kidding. All the way through it was. And me and my mates were kind of going, they don't know. They don't know you don't do that. It was
Kapow.
the funniest shit I've ever seen. Sorry.
Question from Colin Albinzo. Right, for both of you. If you were on Mastermind, what would be your specialist subject?
Oh my god. Specialist subject.
It's a good question.
I'm going to go really fucking sad, so none of you can ask me any questions on it. I'll go wood turning.
That's a specialist subject on Mastermind.
I don't think it'd qualify.
Why?
Because it's got to be enough scope for questions.
Okay, the machinery and tools used within wood turning. There you go. Or woodcraft. Woodcraft would work.
Chandler. I bet Chandler's got a really good one. I reckon he's gone.
Fucking hope he has, because he's got like, some fucking questions.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be something like that. Kudos.
Very good.
I know it'd be something no one cared about.
What species was Dana Troy?
She was half Betazoid. So
Ah.
she wasn't Betazoid, she was half Betazoid.
What was the other half?
Master.
She was human, wasn't she? Half human.
Oh.
And she had a lovely rack.
She kept her spices on.
My mum's watching
To
this.
be honest, so
There's a
yeah.
child's bike outside.
So-
Okay.
I was going to say toss up between 7
A
and 9.
proper question now from Keith Jones. If you were to quit cigs and start vaping, what would you do differently from the first time?
Okay, so if we were to be quitting now, as
Yeah.
opposed to when I did.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think he meant that. Because if you do
I read
that,
it verbatim.
Yeah, exactly. No, but we can't. But if you were to quit vaping, quit smoking again, but it means as when you did, because otherwise we'd all just swap equipment.
Right.
Yeah, because it would just be. I mean, I wouldn't be going.
So let's go with this. What was a fundamental error you made in the early days of starting vaping?
Buying Kangatech.
Uh-huh. Pro
Not
Tank though,
really.
Pro Tank.
Maybe, but I
Pro
was
Tank was sick, dog.
I was Kneebox. It was my
Oh, right.
first long
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's
shit.
bad.
kit. That was a piece of shit.
Chandler?
No, I think the biggest issue, the biggest trap I fell into was going to things like 30mm Buddhas and Relo RX 300s with 4 batteries in them and blowing 120 watts. And I started off mouth to lung and I've gone back to mouth to lung now for the majority. And single coil. I tend to be single coil when I direct lung. So yeah, I wouldn't go to like the stupid high wattage vaping. I'd have just stayed.
Bing.
I think my fundamental error was not realizing that the atomizer head, the coil, is a consumable. It was when it started. It was the cigar likes, where you've got the bridge and the and the filter that went on that got a little tiny cup that had the juice in.
Fuck me, how long have you been vaping, Chandler? For like 6 years, 7 years, things like
9 years this
Oh,
summer.
fuck me.
Yeah, 9 years.
Real pro. Yeah. I remember.
So I went when I bought them from Mirage in Sheffield.
So you just kept the same atomizer forever, did you?
No, I had the atomizer, and what happened was I went back to the guy I bought it off and went, "This tastes like shit," and he went, "Oh, all right, here you go," and gave me a new one. And that happened on a regular basis about twice a month, about 3 or 4
It's gone
months.
shit again. It's gone shit
Yeah,
again.
before he actually went, you do know that you're supposed to throw them away when they taste shit. I'm like, really?
I was the opposite. I was too aware. I was too aware that they were consumable.
Yeah.
And so I was like, once a week, I was like washing the wicks.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
letting them dry out, and all this stupid shit. And really, you're just supposed to go next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a thing. Let's do 2 more. Schwarzenegger says, the pair of you seem like good friends. Why don't you do something together? A podcast or something?
We thought we might. The problem is that it would take far too long for someone to edit it and have the file there.
I'm being relate now. Shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Anyway, don't.
Okay, one more, just to give you a flavour of how they went after this point. Colin came back with, why does your nose run and your feet smell? One of life's quandaries, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, not sure about that one. Really not. Myxomatosis?
It's a bit like that. You can roast beef, but you can't pea soup. A bit like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's right.
that's true. Yeah.
If you drank enough soup, I reckon you can do it. Oh, look at that. We're being watched by Sasa. Hey, Sasa, how are you? That's how you wave over there.
Are you going to slide in with some
Yes,
vaping-related news, John?
I can slide in. It's kind of the big vaping. Fuck me. The British vaping story of the week. But we're going to go with the Mirror because I don't know. I could have gone with anybody on this one because it's the main thing. I've got 2 pieces of bullshit today, but this is one of them. Student says vaping every day almost killed him when his lung collapsed. Hold the derisory laughter for a second. A student says vaping every day almost killed him when he was left with unbearable pain. When he was left in unbearable pain after his lung collapsed. They don't understand commas at the minute. Chance Amatara vaped around 1 pod every 2 days, roughly equivalent to 10 cigarettes a day. The 18-year-old underwent emergency surgery last week after what he thought was simply a strained muscle turned out to be a hole in his lung. Chance from Florida took up vaping after thinking it would be a safer alternative to smoking cigarettes. Speaking about his shock diagnosis, Chance described how his left side began causing him excruciating pain, even just sitting upright. He said, I remember a friend made me laugh and it felt like my chest was collapsing. I'm just going to go for the diagnosis. While operating, medics told Chance they saw a number of black spots on both his lungs, which the student believed were caused by vape pods. It's all right. You haven't got a medical degree. He said when they did the actual major surgery to reinflate my lungs. So when they were just practicing major surgery, but when they did the actual one, the surgeon said, whatever you've been smoking has been leaving these black dots in your lungs. Chance has now been told he can never do long distance running, should never scuba dive, and should avoid flying for the foreseeable future. Talking to Instagram about vaping, Chance said, I've been doing it for a year and a half and I can never do it again. I don't understand any of the logic in it at all.
Before that, did he smoke?
Yes, he did smoke before that. Even that wouldn't put a hole in your lung.
And before that, he was a Victorian miner.
I have literally no idea what the fuck he did.
You can be born with a hole in your lung.
Yeah, well,
I suppose they might have spotted that.
I don't know if anybody's ever done emergency first aid training, but if you get a hole in your lung, it forces your lung to collapse because what happens is the air escapes from the hole, gets stuck above your diaphragm and forces your lung to collapse. I don't think you wouldn't know.
Just seems all very spurious. Black spots.
What the fuck? It's just the strangest thing. And so he was vaping 2 mil of liquid every 2 days.
He hadn't just had a packet of licorice all sorts, had he?
I was wondering if he'd aspirated a button battery, like his mate went, smell this battery, and he went, oh fuck, and he's gone. And that's the only thing I could think where the fuck happened. That would work if you aspirated a battery.
Did they release any imagery?
No,
There are
just the image of him, just with a patch,
Just with one arm.
I mean, it is possible. I probably should have thought that this would have been picked up, but I would pick this up as my news as well. But I was going to mention something else. I'll mention it in a minute.
Yeah,
But one thing that basically you can get black spots on your lungs for whatever reason. So it is a known condition to get black spots on your lung. It's not particularly linked to it. Well, smoking can
exacerbate the condition.
Yes. So I had a quick look to see what could do it, and it is just a form of lung cancer, almost. They're these pulmonary embolism things.
Yes.
So it could be something different that's done it, and basically the surgeon, almost as a quip, has gone, whatever you've been smoking, you better not do it anymore.
Well, there's little
latched onto that and gone,
Because
I've never
the other
smoked,
thing-
I've jeweled. That's what it was.
The surgeon, as a surgeon, wouldn't have any idea of, like, he would have a passing knowledge of respiratory illnesses and stuff like that, but not to a degree of that. To give you a split diagnosis as you kind of left, that's probably what that's a really weird thing to do.
Yeah, you'd have thought they'd have sent it off, and
If they removed a kidney stone and they went, what have you been drinking? And you went, Lucozade, and they went, Abby, that would be weird.
Yeah, it
You
would.
think, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found
Also, if it was not spurious, it would be getting passed on to every available scientist in the land, because there's so many people wanting to jump at that opportunity.
Yeah.
That,
So I would say, I honestly think, I was trying to think what you could actually put a hole. If you kind of do it a hole in your lung at speed, the only thing I think was inhaling, like using a bong without a mesh gauze thing. I'm not very drug, and accidentally inhaling something that was lit. Or I did mean that when I said a lithium battery, like a little button metal battery. If you did that, it would burn through your lung.
Well, let's not worry about it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the lung collapse. No
Yeah,
signs.
Most people have those in their lungs anyway.
What batteries?
Those the black spots.
Oh, black spots.
Yeah, most people have.
You might have, you dirty bastard. I haven't.
It's just that, and they're just more often than not, they don't do anything. They're just benign. So, yeah. Anyway,
I don't. One thing I will say about the lung, just because we do this, we let it go past as well. Everybody does it. You just think, fine. Every depiction we see of lungs in vaping things that we look at that's supposed to be medical, lungs are always pictured as like 2 half hot water bottles, like one either side, same shape, and they go like that. But like, unless you're a fucktard, that's not what a lung looks like at all. It's many compartments. It's not. It's compartmentalized. It doesn't do that. It's not like one big like party balloon. That's not how it works.
Mick in chat has summed it up. He says 100% balls. Next.
Okay. Fine. Sorry. Who's going to pick up the next thing? Chandler?
Yeah, Chandler, you said you had a little something.
because mine was mine was the same piece of news. It was.
Sorry.
It was exactly the same thing. It's all right. I didn't tell you what it was. So but the thing I was going to gloss over it, and the bit that got me was, if I can bring this up so I can read it, was the bloke who wrote it. Okay, yeah, it's Lad Bible. I mean,
I've got that blocked on Facebook, so I just can't fucking stand that.
Have you? Oh, okay, yeah. So it was a lad.
It's a highly credible source.
Oh yeah, very credible.
My face.
Right. Well, the bloke who wrote about, obviously this guy with this medical condition that was obviously caused by a duel. Yeah, he graduated from the University of Leeds with a degree in French and history.
Right.
So obviously is highly qualified to do this. Now, I kind of assumed that it was going to be an American, because you kind of think that this is...
Was it a Brit?
Yeah, came from Leeds. Went to university in Leeds.
The writer or the victim?
Writer.
The writer. This is the writer, not the victim. So yeah, he worked for the Manchester Evening News, the Accrington Observer, and the Macclesfield Express.
I hope he's sending some of the money for the story to the bloke who's paying for the whole as well.
Yeah, but I mean, the story was just shite. It was basically just going. This lad thought that it was the jewel that's caused him to have a collapsed lung.
All right, that's this what he did. How reckon he aspirated the jewel? That's what they forgot when they were doing.
Yeah, there was a jewel lodged in his lungs.
Someone took the jewel out and went, "Yeah, that'll be it." It's checked it.
I just wondered whether
that would still be spammed badly for us.
I just wondered whether you thought that reporting is in the UK is starting to get a little bit more Americanized, because
he didn't do it though. It's been Americanized for about 10, 12 years, anyway, really. But it's getting worse. But
what I mean is they're now ignoring the Royal College of Physicians, and
they're not. They never followed them before. They get paid by. They're not paid. They're not owned by the government. They can do what they want.
These intermediary news sites basically tweak an existing article. Usually, it's usually from what's the world Reuters. It's usually a Reuters press release that comes up on their RSS feed, and they just tweak it.
Yeah, and the pictures will be from Getty. They always are from Getty.
Yeah.
Jimmy, have you got any bits and bobs?
Not massively, if I'm honest.
You're not in the running order.
Oh, fuck you then, Jimmy.
So there we go. Right, that's it. What's
back
next?
to you, John, before we talk about IVM.
Okay, before we talk about IVM, sadly it's not a medical case, because that's what's in the news. It's very, really quick. It caught my eye. This woman, it gets funny. She's got the most ironic name of anybody I've ever talked about in a vaping danger article. Here we go. It's from the Desert News in Utah.
Sandy Mc.
No, it's funnier than that.
Oh, no way.
It is. But you've got to, it's one of those ones that wait for it. When I say a name, it won't mean anything, but it'll come to you. Aubrey Butterfield was recently treated at the University of Utah Hospital for lipoid pneumonia linked to vaping. Who was recently treated at the University of Utah Hospital for lipoid pneumonia linked to vaping. She puts on her oxygen tube after changing her oxygen tank while at her parents' home in Brigham City on Tuesday. This is a picture. Why am I reading that? That's Salt Lake City doctors were perplexed when their 25-year-old patient, Aubrey Butterfield, came in with pneumonia-like symptoms. They weren't immediately able to find the cause of her non-stop vomiting. That's not a pneumonia symptom. And why she was coughing up blood. They were surprised when they discovered her condition was linked to her electronic cigarette usage. Butterfield, who was diagnosed with lipoid pneumonia, you should have started laughing now, because you see, her name's Butterfield, and if you know what lipoid pneumonia is, well, lipoid pneumonia is caused by oil. Butterfield spoke about her condition at a news conference, along with pulmonologists at the University of Utah Hospital Tuesday morning, to quash the idea that vaping is safer than smoking cigarettes. Symptoms of lipoid pneumonia, a rare condition that occurs when fat particles known as lipoids enter the lungs, include chest pain, a chronic cough, and difficulty breathing. Not vomiting then. Less common symptoms include fever, weight loss, night sweats, and coughing up blood. Still not vomiting. Butterfield experienced it all.
Plus vomiting.
There's a massive reason you can't get lipoid pneumonia from vaping. There's no oil in it. That was totally pointless. But it made me laugh because her last name is Butterfield, and that is a fat, and she was in hospital for inhaling fat. And she's fat as well. And her name's Butterfield.
Was she heavy?
Very. She ain't heavy, and she's my mother. Go! Are we going to go IBM?
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll have a
non-news.
quick chat about the ideal vape meet. It's fast approaching the ideal vape meet.
Probably 23 days. 23 days.
23 days to the ideal vape meet. Getting very exciting. The current we've got the vendors all pretty much lined up, just about the right amount of space for them and all that sort of thing. So the focus has shifted a bit towards the raffle. We have several large donations of raffle prizes from various companies, mod makers, institutions, etc. And those will be the main prizes, obviously. But we've also had a handful of people donating prizes as well. People that can't make it, they just want to chip in, if you like. I've had a Hellfire Strike donated. We've had a couple of halves donated as well. So there's I'm going to keep that thread going. I'm going to keep adding items on there. If anyone, you absolutely no obligation at all. It's absolutely our problem and not yours. But if anyone does want to donate a prize to the raffle, then just get in touch with me and we'll sort it out. If you come in, just bring it. All good. If you're not coming, then post it onto me or whatever. We'll sort it out. Just send me a PM. But there's going to be loads of great prizes, and we've selected a charity as well to be the benefactor of the cash raised. And who's that, John?
It's D and Me.
D and Me, yeah. Tell us more.
D and Me is a charity run by a lady called Maria Hansen. Maria and her partner. Previously, the D and Me. She was the me in D and Me. But her friend passed away. But they started a charity which was to provide holidays for the families of people with terminal illnesses, whether the child's got terminal illness or whether one of the parents has. They provide a caravan on the coast in the Midlands for a getaway, so that they don't have to think about that stuff for a week. You know, they've currently got 2 caravans, and they're looking at trying to get a lodge at the moment, which would give them 3, so they'll have a lodge as well as 2 caravans. Or the other thing they do, just in case, I did a raffle a little while ago. So it's terminally ill children. They also deal with in the past, they've had veterans who've got mental illness through being in wars. Just to get exactly the same thing. They go away and stay somewhere for a week and have no trouble. And they run on donations. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no other funding at all.
We wanted a charity that we could actually make a difference with. You know, it's a very small charity, 2 people doing a really nice thing, and we think it's pretty cool. And
Maria will let us know what that money will do.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they'll be able to sleep for 3 or 4 days. You know, just be able to go to bed and sleep every time I wake up every morning and work out how to get a bit more money. They are absolutely incredible. I would say, if you get a minute, find the Me and D Facebook page, Me & D as in DEE, and just follow the page and just see what they do.
When everything's been announced, it will be a very, very Ideal Home Show-esque raffle. Very cool raffle, really good prizes. As I said before, I'll be chucking in Ian's Haku as well, so there'll be loads of good shit in there.
And the difference is we're doing it live.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit mad. It's going to be a bit mad. And also, it's not the only thing we'll be doing live as well. there'll be various tomfoolery and shenanigans on the day. Next week I'll probably explain the juice tombola.
Oh, exciting! Just to say, everybody who's got, so we've said it once, but I would definitely say it again. Everybody's bought a ticket to come for the day. You get your ticket. Your entry fee covers one raffle ticket as well. So everybody's already going has got one raffle ticket, and you'll be able to buy more raffle tickets on the day at £5 a piece. So far, I'm going to underestimate the prize value so far, but I'm going to say we're at least at £2,000 worth of prizes at the moment, and I expect that to grow substantially. So.
Yeah, and it's going to be, a limited audience, so it was very good odds. Very good odds. Yeah, so that's all good, and we'll tell you about more stuff next week and all that stuff. But keep an eye on that thread. I'll keep rolling the prizes on that thread as we go along. But it's all good times, all good fun. The whole thing with the ticket turning into a raffle ticket, we didn't want to charge as such people to come to the event. It was more about making sure the numbers were sensible and appropriate, and so we needed a way of seeing how many people were coming to plan what we were going to do. So that's why your ticket gets turned into a raffle ticket. So it's the same as free entry, but we know
there's a degree of control as well, because we know who's there, and we know what we've obviously got an obligation to the venue to not do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Like have 1,000 people descend on it. It just doesn't. It wouldn't be fun for anybody.
They wouldn't fit.
No, it'd be fun for about 20 minutes, and then it'd go really fast. While we're talking about IVM, because there's been so many things this week, I'm going to go to flick to Chandler and Jimmy.
Yes.
Everybody's been posting Vape Fest memories. That's why I said it earlier. Things that their memories of the show and the pictures. And I will say, from my point of view, 99.9% of the pictures are the social side of it. They're in a pub, and they're with their friends, or they're having food, or they're sitting on the grass or something like that. But some good Vape Fest memories, Jimmy. I know you were there. Were you there last year and the year before, or just last year?
Yeah, no, I was. I was there the year before in the van, camping in the van, and I was there last year with the wife and the kids, and getting away with that. It was. It's Vape Fest memories for me. Scott Bonner and Mike Dacus giving Rick Grove a mod.
I was there. I was next year, I think.
Yeah.
Was a big one for me. Really, that was good, because it was all the people that I would socialise now with, all in one space, and
What was it? I think Bonner made the block and Mike made the mod. Is that right? Yeah.
They made the mod and gave it to Rick. That was a good memory from this year. Last year, me walking along at about 11 o'clock at night with Chandler following me, juggling.
I forgot about that.
And we took a drunken amble across the campsite. I just dared him to do it.
Dolan has just posted drunk juggling was one of my highlights.
Yeah, and we went over to find Mark Dolan, Riyadh, and those guys over in their crew, and they just backed through with us.
Yeah. We ended up like a little parade.
It was great. That was.
I think they were expecting something to happen when we actually got to the destination, but we kind of didn't.
Just sat down drunk.
Yeah,
and then recorded a podcast.
Oh yeah, we recorded a podcast live not live, but recorded it in a field.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that in the day, not once.
No, we did that at night.
It was in the evening. It was night.
It was night time.
Right.
It was
Me
dark.
getting Chandler very drunk on Wisbeach Ale. That was another good one from the year before. But yeah, it's just the camping. It's just the social scene. It's not about the vendors and stuff necessarily for me. It's more about catching up with people without all that stupid loud music all the time.
Oh, what, like in one of the bigger events?
Yeah, one of the bigger events where you've got like hard drum and bass all day in your head, and you walk out and your ears are ringing.
Yeah, it's a very difficult. What the idea was to emulate the social side. That's what we've been trying to do with the idea. Let's try to emulate the social side.
And
I quite like stunt bikes. Do you remember they had this? There was the stunt bikes. Was it
Stunt
last
bikes
year?
a couple of years
before
ago,
last. Wasn't it? Year before last, 2017.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yep. That was the biggest one, I think.
2017.
Yeah.
That was the one when I was on the board. That was when we had the mechanical bull as well.
Yes.
Yes.
The thing I'd say, the only thing I'm going to miss this time, and it's only because of logistics, really, is that at least once a year I get to see Rick's kids and Annie, Rick's missus. I love seeing them every single time. I like seeing people's families and stuff. Oh, the other thing is people's families. I sound like a fucking weird pervert, but I don't mean it like that. Everybody's families are welcome to IVM as well.
John wants to see your kids.
Vaping or not, I know it sounded really bad, didn't it? But I only get to see.
In honesty, though, Shrewsbury as well. I do think it's a really lovely town.
Very incredible. I remember saying to Mrs. John before she came for the first time, I know you don't like vaping. I know that, right? But honestly, there's a town and it's really, really pretty and no one's shut all the fucking pubs. It's really weird.
Yeah.
There's like 100 fucking pubs. In Suffolk, there's nowhere like that. We had 4 pubs in the village we live in. There's one. It's a fucking mile walk. It's a bastard. Everything's shut down. But in Shrewsbury, there's fucking hundreds of them.
Well, there's plenty of pubs near where we're going, and we're doing it in a pub. So,
yeah, all good. All
the
good.
Pub, so, what more could you
all
want?
Good. All good.
Chandler, any memories? Any memories from the old Vape Fest?
I was going to say I met Jimmy at Vape Fest. That was where I met him in the first place.
When was that? 18 or 17?
17, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. So it was literally, and he just happened.
There is downsides. I mean,
there is downsides. You know, what can you do? But yeah, he just happened to live a mile away from where my parents were, where I grew up. So it was just pure coincidence.
Fate. I like to prefer it as fate, Chandler.
Yeah. I interviewed because it was the first time I took the nerve to go and I'd done a vape expo and I brought the microphone to that, and this was
I was interviewed at that one.
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah. That was the dress. That was the year you got in the Just Add Nick dress.
Yeah.
That
one is permanently in my mind.
And at Vape Fest, I was interviewing Brad, and while I was interviewing Brad, Todd walked through into the tent, and I just turned into a complete. You
just threw a cup of coffee in Brad's face and went off.
Yeah, almost.
It's very funny.
Well, Mark saw me with a microphone and virtually did the that meme where that baby runs in, turns around and walks out again. That's pretty much what Mark did. He saw the microphone and went, nope.
I'd love to see an aerial image of Scott Bonner or Mark Todd walking around Vape Fest. You can see they're coming because there's this like parting of the crowd. As they were, and then these kind of mingling behind them.
There's loads of people just going, is
that guy?
Scott!
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that was me as well. I was like, oh! Because, starting vaping like 9 years ago, I was watching Scott's videos, the I Get You 69 videos.
Absolutely, how I started. Somebody did say you're going to have to do it as well. because you missed the opportunity, you have to call me a noob because I do it to everybody else.
How long you been vaping, John?
2012, 7 years.
You noob.
Thank you. You'll have pleased some people. I think it was Matt Fox said, "You fucking idiot! You didn't call him a noob."
I just remember what my favourite picture from Vape Fest is. It's stood there watching you, John, calling the raffle, and Craig was stood next to Todd, and everyone kept going up to Todd and saying hi to Todd, and I just walked up to Craig and I went, "Can I get a selfie?" And I got a lovely picture of me and Craig Harrison, and I love Craig. He's great.
Yeah.
But I just walked up as though I was going to go up and get a picture of Todd. I was like, "Craig, can I have a selfie?"
You would have been funny if you'd have given Mark the camera.
yeah, I took a picture.
I always like to, if I ever see Mark after the raffle, Mark's always like, "Oh, fuck you."
I enjoy the social.
That was me. That was me at Vape Expo when I met Dean, vaping biker.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said, can we get a selfie? You know, I'd said hello and done all this, and at this point, this was pre-podcast, so I wasn't doing podcasting at that point at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And I went, can I get a selfie? They went, yeah, all right, no problem. And you know what I'm like with technology. I'm trying to take this selfie, obviously fucking it up that much that Vicky went, "Come here," took the phone off me and took the photo.
Yeah. Sometimes that is the best thing to do. I can see the chat's filling up with IVM stuff, and I know it's. I think we know it's going to be fantastic. I just want to acknowledge the amount of work that Richard's done on this, and the fact, and I will say that Jimmy was our spotter for the location, and thank you so much. We've been knocking this idea around for probably a year and trying to work out how we could do it, when we could do it and where we could do it, and locations became really, really difficult because of vaping.
I went to 8 different places just to try and find out, and they were like, "Oh yeah, 150 people. Yeah, fine, no worries. Yeah, cool. Yeah, can we all vape inside?" Oh fuck no.
Yeah, well,
we were trying to do that remotely.
Yeah, we were basically scanning the country, and we'd got this like patch, which IBM is in that bit, but we've got this block that we kind of thought, well, it's got to be inside this block, and it was. When you're looking at old men's social clubs and thinking, well, they'd probably say yes, but I mean, who the fuck wants to go to that?
I went to one of them. It all came about because randomly Richard joined Peterborough Vape UK, which is a local vape thing, but obviously because I had the shop, I was working the shop, I was part of that group, and randomly Richard joined the group, and it came up on my newsfeed. Richard Vickers joined this group. I was like, okay, and then all of a sudden he put a post up saying, does anyone know of a venue that could do this, 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 and this? And loads of people started commenting of places that I just knew would just say no. So I messaged Richard and just went, what do you need? Why did you not just ask me?
Makes all the difference. Yeah, because the thing is, it's trying to lean on people, and it does become quite difficult. And we already knew the challenges because we'd already been trying to do it. It started off looking at conference centres and stuff and whatever else, and every single step knocked us back. It was becoming quite the challenge.
Where it's being held is actually just, it happened to be a pub that I used to spend an awful lot of time in.
Is it a good pub? Let them know in chat.
I knew the guy. On a personal level, I used to be the pool captain for the team down there. My wife used to work at the bar behind there. She actually used to date the landlord's son at one point. But no, it's just that.
Right. Once you get into East Anglia, all bets are off. Okay, that's just how it works.
My wife's from Enfield. Fuck you.
No, I know, but she lives in East Anglia, Bellend. I'm from Buckinghamshire.
Anyway, it's going to be great.
I hope it's going to be good.
Right, Richard.
I don't know whether I'll be going though. I just thought I'd let you know that.
Just wanted to touch on the. I don't think we've been on air since it all went tits up with the whole MeWe vaping.
Oh yes,
Facebook
hit
things.
Yeah, all that malarkey.
I mean, I don't know what you've all made of it, really. I should probably say, just in case, the Ideal Home Show does have a MeWe group, and there is a link in the Facebook group to the MeWe group. It's possibly worth saying that. I don't know what you guys have made of it all, really. SB Sales got shut down, didn't it?
Yeah.
We've done fuck all.
Yeah, they're falling. UK Vape Trades, which was probably the largest group sales group for vaping stuff in the UK, went down. Weekend.
Okay, vape deals.
Oh yeah, that's gone.
Has it?
Yeah.
They've been falling real fast. Sales groups have been falling really, really fast. For anybody who doesn't know, or doesn't use Facebook much, or just pops on, pops off, it seems to be because vaping has been classified as a tobacco product by the US government. You can't sell tobacco online.
Yeah, it's regulated substances, isn't it?
So it seems that sales groups. I've not seen a social group go down yet.
No, and that's the way we keep our Facebook group.
Yeah,
Vaguely vaping related.
And
if you start doing adverts, giveaways, sales, trades, you're in danger.
Yeah,
But if you keep it just talking about sausages like we do,
yeah, you'd be fine.
But as far as I know, communication and communities about it aren't an issue. It's the same as there's.
It's like brand pages. Weirdly, they're safe as long as you've marked your brand page as 18 plus. It's in the Facebook settings. You can change it to 18 plus. As long as you've done that in the UK, you're perfectly safe. You're allowed to do that. You already can't push. You're not allowed to, whatever it's called, but I think it's push advertise. You're not allowed to do that. It's illegal anyway, so it doesn't really make any odds.
No.
So really, all I'm saying, if you're wondering what all the MeWe chat has been about and all that,
what do we think of MeWe? Have you?
I haven't even installed it.
Oh, have you given it a go, Jimmy?
Not a clue. Not a fucking clue. Not played with it. You know how much fucking problems I'm having with fucking getting Messenger to fucking work. So I ain't playing that fucking.
Have you given me?
Why is it me that gets all the flack for me and technology when you can't even get Messenger?
What happened when I bought a brand spanking new fucking computer to record a podcast with? Chandler got me to download Audacity, but didn't send me to Audacity. He sent me to some fucking backdoor shitty fucking bloke round the corner site that downloaded 19 programs onto my computer that all conflicted and tried to crash it. And every time I turned my computer off, it went updating.
It's not relate.
I typed Audacity. I typed Audacity, and I put the advert. You know, the first link that comes up. That was
the fuck up. Is it? Have you fucking used MeWe?
No.
Have you, John?
My missus has used a Sheewee, but I haven't used a MeWe.
Right, I've used it. I had sort of 4 or 5 days where I was using MeWe, and it's a very different platform. The desktop site, if you're on a PC, is very, very similar to Facebook. The mobile app is totally different. I mean, it works. You could use it at a push. If we have to move our sales group there, that's what we're going to do. I can't really see the social side of it moving over there. I don't really.
No, if the sales group disappears, it inevitably, ultimately, probably will.
Yeah.
When they get that far down the list, we'll probably just use the main MeWe page. We'll just say you can stick sales on there if you want.
Yeah, because I just don't see a problem with that. There doesn't seem to be a complication with doing that on MeWe. I don't know what people in chat think of. Fucking is the shittest name, isn't it? MeWe.
Yeah.
You'll just use MySpace again.
A lot of people are saying, why don't we use forums? Because they're a pain in the arse. That's why.
Because it's like going backwards.
Yeah, it would be like going backwards. Forums don't capture the social real-time side of it all.
No.
All you get really is well, you have to choose what direction you go in. It's not an instantaneous, ongoing thing.
I do have a question regarding MeWe for
Go.
John. Have you tried putting Dub Smash on there? Do they work?
Yes.
Cool. Easy.
You can use Dub Smash on it. Stuart Drummond's just said MeWe is US also, so I can't see much flying there for long. But it's not like that because it's got if you think of it as almost a cross between Facebook and WhatsApp, that they're not effectively. Their mission statement is we're not looking. So
yeah,
it makes no odds.
No one has forced this upon Facebook. Well,
no, they've done it themselves.
Yeah, for some reason that you could speculate on, they've chosen to take this step.
They got paid.
Yeah, or they're planning a raft of changes to appease the government into thinking they are being more responsible in recent times, something along those lines. So that's a thing. That's a thing. I think the panic is over. There was 1 day's worth of panic. It's a real thing. I'm shocked how quickly sales groups start disappearing. How many times do you see a major press release from a social platform and then nothing happened for months?
I will say you get a warning first. So you get.
But they said that what you get is you get a warning going, one of your posts in this group goes against our community standards.
So you have to delete them.
Yes, but it doesn't tell you which posts. It could have been something like 3 years ago.
If you're a UK vape trade and you've been running for 6 years and you've got something like 24,000 members, there's no point even attempting it. If you're a smaller sales group like iOS, we
Is
might.
there an option to delete all threads?
Yeah, you could do that.
Just do that.
Delete everything, start again.
No, sorry. You could do it at speed. I could probably do like iOS. I could probably do it if someone gave me like 4 hours. I could probably do it with my mouse at work. I don't think you can delete all threads. There are ways and means. But anyway, most of the admin on those larger groups just went, fucking not bothered, and it just went down.
Yep.
Hopefully YouTube won't follow suit. Matt Fox has said it's more complicated than that. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to police opinion. We're not selling anything. I mean, though I might say just at nick.co.uk, go and buy some liquids now. That could be seen as advertising, but it might also be seen. You could take it every which way. You could say I was joking. I wasn't joking. Go over there. www.justadnick.co.uk. Go buy some stuff. But it could be seen as a joke.
I'd also like to point out that because obviously we will be using this audio for the podcast because Chandler can't be bothered. We're not paid by justadnick.co.uk in any way, shape, or form.
Well, you two aren't.
No, we're fucking not, but it gets mentioned about 20 times a fucking show.
Richard's got an extension.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, I have got some Jeffrey, so I've got some apple and elderflower.
I'm vaping 3 things, and 2 of those are available from justadnick.co.uk.
What's the third one?
Hocus Hocus Pocus by the Lab.
Okay. Any other business?
It's
10:30. So if we've got any little bits,
I think all right. Just say that if you're an OMI and you watch the show and you live locally and you want to pop in for a coffee or anything, just come into the shop. We've got coffee. You don't have to buy anything. It just has to be a vapor. I don't care.
Or you could just be making a 300-mile journey like I did.
You don't have to live locally. I mean, just go.
If you're on holiday. Saying that, I would think who's popping in next week? Someone's popping in next week because they're on holiday. Because everyone's going on holiday in the UK this year.
Yep. Brexit.
Daycation.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, pop down to John's new shop if you can.
It's only me that works there. You might as well.
Keep him busy for ages, and then he can't bottle anything up, and everyone complains.
Just go and ask him what his best juice is.
I was doing that with a new customer yesterday. I will say, when I've been in there, I have a very privileged position, like within things, and I know lots of people who tried lots of stuff. So the things that at the moment that I'm selling in the shop is stuff I know works, and the feedback's been really, really, really great in a way because I'm right. I don't sell it, you know. If I don't think it works, I don't sell it.
Yeah, you start in the shop like you started the website.
Right.
Very niche, very specific, small.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Somebody said, what are you going to do when somebody comes in and says, oh, yeah, mate, I want to do... That's fine, because there's loads of shops for you down the road. But this
a smock.
Yeah, knock yourself out. I can't. There's fuck all point, because I don't believe in it, but I can put... I own it. I'll move it. Parsley works in there. So whatever I want.
Over time, you could add one cloudy thing or something.
Yeah, I was going to add a cloudy thing. I've got one cloudy starter at the moment because I thought, some people like it.
Crown V4.
So everybody who goes in to see John in the new shop needs to ask for the best vape and the best juice.
I can't do that.
Just walk in and go, got any oil, mate?
Yeah, I did have that the other day, actually. But we had... so I do 50/50s, 10 mils, 4 for a tenner, because can't do 3. So I had 4 for a tenner. But you won't leave with them because I'll convince you to buy 100 mils anyway. Because I will say, I only realised this when we started stocking the shop. It's cheaper to buy 100 mils of decent liquid from a reputable person than it is to buy 100 mils in 10s.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're shit.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's a really weird thing, isn't it? Like Red Astaire will cost you more money than can only be one. It just will.
Yep.
That's fucked. Anyway, I'll leave you with that.
Very good, very good. Yeah, so thank you to Jimmy and Chandler.
Thanks for coming on.
Check out the Vaguely Vaping Related podcast if you haven't already. Sorry to those that listen to it religiously, because this was all a massive spoiler, potentially. But it'd be interesting to see how you chop it up, because I know you really like your editing.
Well, we've got to do our own ending at the end of this, surely, as well.
Yeah, you're going to have to end yourself. Yeah, whatever.
You'll have to top and tail the audio that I send you, as they say in the biz.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting.
Chin, all that shit.
Etc. So, yeah, check that out. That's available on all good podcast platforms.
Yeah, just search for Vaguely.
Is it on iTunes?
It's also
on iTunes.
It's also on the shit ones. It's not just on the good ones.
Yeah.
I don't use iTunes, don't use Apple.
Anyone that gives them a really bad review on iTunes, I will give a crisp high five. The idea they fit me. If that's not incentive.
SoundCloud.
Thanks for that.
Just a little quick reminder, 3 weeks, 2 days, IVM, right in the centre of the country. August 31st, right in the centre of the country.
If you draw the correct...
Yeah.
But you've got to the thing is, people have been doing this, but Wales isn't part of England, so...
I don't give a shit. I don't care these people are whining about it. I never give a fuck from the beginning.
It's as close as it fucking can be to me, and I still might not be fucking...
I'll tell you what, it's one of the only venues we could possibly have worked with. I couldn't give a shit where it is. It was impossible.
Yeah. I mean, England's a really small place.
Yeah.
So nowhere's far away.
Like 2 or 3 hours from everywhere. Don't worry about it.
What is it, 5 times smaller than Texas?
Yeah.
So it's a thing, but it is what it is. We're not salty.
Right, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week. See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Bye.